There we go.
How's
There we
everybody
go.
doing? It's the Friday show on Stateside Reds. We're brought to you by Balaram Manukian and Shagidian. Their mission is to provide affordable, accessible legal service to all of their clients while maintaining the highest standards of professionalism and ethics. Their expertise at Balaram Manukian and Shagidian is to provide exceptional legal services tailored to meet your unique needs. They are dedicated to guiding you through this complex legal challenges with expertise and compassion. The people at Boring, Nuki, and Shagidian understand that each client needs circumstances that are unique. That's why they take a client-centered approach to each case, tailoring their services to meet clients at their highest individual needs. With a 97% success rate, I think they do a great job at that. Boring, Nuki, and Shagidian are located in Encino, California at the wonderful number, easy to remember, 747-444-444444. Did I do too many fours? But you get the point. Call them. They'll help you get through any legal issue. They deal with personal injury, wrongful firing, wrongful death, um, suing people if you slip on some shampoo at Nordstrom's. They get it done. Baloran, Manukian, Shagidian, they are the sponsor of this Stateside Reds platform, and we're proud to have them. All right, guys, take it away.
Yeah, man. So, welcome to the Friday show. Don't normally jump in here, but we'll jump in because I've been on for a while, guys. We'll start off with injury crisis. It looks like Cunha is going to be out until the end of the month. Looks like my man Mason Mount's going to be out to the time, and then Delo's picked up another injury. What are you guys thinking of this? Is this just another start to previous years where we're going to get a bunch of players injured, or do you think this could be it for a little while? Who wants to take it over? Jeremy, you go.
I mean, I hope this isn't a start to what may be to come for this season. I'm just hoping this is just like a little minor setback. The one I feel more for bad is like Mason Mount, because it looks like he was kind of getting a little groove on the system. You know, we were seeing from him, but for him to pick up another injury is kind of tough. Cunha as well, because man, that big boy up top, him being able to provide that offense up front. Granted, it hasn't provided us with many goals, but Cunha too, man, that one hurts a lot because you can just see already him gelling well with the system, with the players. He's the type of player we need here in the front three. So those are the two that kind of hurt the most. Not so much Delo, because we have a replacement for Delo. It's not like he's that much of an integral piece in the system. But for the most part, it'd be Mason Mount that hurts the most, and Cunha.
Yeah, Ronaldo, what's your kind of thoughts on it?
Think it seems like we got away with Cunha being not that serious. I have a feeling he won't play versus City, and we don't even when it comes to hammies, you could think the best case scenario for hammy is like what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah,
like a month, honestly.
Yeah, a month to be safe. Yeah,
4 weeks.
He's not gonna play City, and that's gonna be a miss. And no real word exactly what Mount's issue is, right?
Yeah.
Ruben said knock, and everything's gone quiet for the transfer window. Let's take a minute and acknowledge that we finally have a quiet international break. Not much news, not much trouble. It's just been quiet, and I've been enjoying the international football a little bit. Don't have to worry about Man United too much, and just
We got a lot of guys out on international, man. I'm worried. I'm 100% worried we're gonna get 2-3 knocks.
Yeah, I was like, I want everybody to come back in one piece. And Boomer had an assist today too.
He did.
He looked good. I saw those highlights.
He's warming up for Sesko. Let's hope so. We need Sesko to start.
Sesko needs to warm his ass up, but yeah, Emmer needs to play him.
Yep. We'll get on to the Sesko in a little bit because I do have some comments from Sesko today to bring up. So we'll get into that in a little while. Mikey, what's your thoughts on the injury crisis?
Go Dogs, baby. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I mean, this is why we have depth, right? This is why we're supposed to have depth. So next man up, just like anything else, next man up. not to say like these guys are playing out their skin, except for Cunha. I think Cunha has been a crazy. He's hit the floor running. He's hit the ground running. But I don't think these outside of Cunha, I think the other two positions could be, or the other two players could be supplemented pretty well. Maz is back, so that's good to help with Dallo. Dallo hasn't been spectacular. And we got the depth now, so it's not really like an issue for me. Next man up, especially with this formation. This formation actually calls for a lot of players to be able to play in multiple positions or makeshift positions, because we know that Dallo probably isn't our long-term solution, like as it stands now. So yeah, I think it is a crisis. It's some cause for concern, but not too crazy. Hopefully they can be back within the next month or so.
Yeah, I agree. We got Mainu here that's, begging to start, wanting to prove his worth. This could be his opportunity to drop into that team and, prove that he needs, that he deserves first team minutes. Brian, what's your thoughts on the injury crisis? Or so be it, what they say.
I mean, Mount's always been prone to injuries, so I mean, it's a bummer because, excuse me, as Jeremy said, he was playing pretty decent for us. I thought he wasn't lighting the world on fire, but he seemed like he was finding his groove, like Jeremy mentioned. So Cunha is a bummer because he hasn't gotten any goals or assists, but he's created space to allow for the goals and assists that we've gotten on some occasions. And he's hit the woodwork like 3 or 4 times or something like that. So that one's a bummer because we need him to get in sync with the front three. The low's the least of the worries for me. And not unfortunately, but he seems to have the most minor injury. Like he felt some discomfort. So he didn't actually wasn't playing or training and pulled something. He just felt something weird and held back, which is way better, obviously. I am worried about the international break because we've got 10 or 12 out, something like that.
Most of them have played their last game though. Like a lot of players are only having one game. So like England.
Okay. If that's the case, then I mean, Cunha and Mount hurt. I think Cunha hurts the most. But we have a lot of 10s. Like, luckily, we can put Xerxes in Mount spot maybe. Bruno can maybe slide up. I don't know. But we get those 2 spots are, like Mikey said, next guy up. We have the depth for that, so not too worried.
Yeah, for me, you all know I'm a bit of a Mount fanboy. I think we were terrible when he came off last game. I think a lot of the pace kind of dropped off in the game. Not so much as if his controlling the game, but I think his pace in the game with pressing a lot. I think we missed it in the second half. Casey, what's your kind of thoughts on everything else?
I mean, it's kind of shame that it happened to Cunha. He's a new guy. You want him to get going. But the one thing that we have to our advantage is, like Mikey said, we have a lot of depth. Zersky is up and running. You can put Bruno up there. There's the midfield stuff. Kobe's ready to go. Maybe Agarte getting a shot. Mount is a one that I hope it's not too crazy because his injuries tend to last weeks. But I don't feel like it's compared to our other injury situations, I feel like crisis is a crazy word. It's just a shame that it happened. But the one thing we do have going for us, it happened during the international break. Guys get some time off. And, Amarin's done a good job of, how can I say, dealing with injuries and giving guys time off. Someone said that he played Mount hurt, which is kind of weird. But I'm really not too concerned. We really won't know till Amarin gives his press conference and that won't be for a couple weeks. So just hope
Does
everybody
somebody
who
have a
has.
TV on in the background?
No, it's I think it might be the fan, but I can barely hear it.
I can hear it a lot.
Can you hear it? Tell me if it's me. I'll turn.
I just hear a lot of feedback.
Yeah, I think that's the fan. That's all.
Yeah, please take your fan off if you can help it.
Yeah, I turned mine off.
I still hear a bunch of feedback. Though I'm trying to mute everybody to hear.
It's all good. Like you can
when
do
I
that.
mute you, Brian, it goes off. But yeah, I don't know if it's you, but it seems like when I mute you is when it goes off.
Yeah. Real quick, while he's checking on that, it does look like Man United have a new first team doctor from Everton. Don't want to spend too much time on this, but William Forfeby is coming over from Everton as the head of sports medicine. So that could be some good news. Getting a new first team doctor at least. Check on these injuries. Hopefully this year isn't as bad as last year. But I want to touch on the best 11 versus City. Mikey, do you want to jump in and give your best 11 versus City?
I don't know about best, but I think
best barring injuries.
I think it's time to rip the Band-Aid off and let Šeško get the start. I've seen different reasons as to people saying why he hasn't started yet or whatever. That's fine, but he needs to start in this game. I think he's going to put it together. I think with some service, he'll put it together. So he needs to start. I'd play Bruno a little bit higher up for this game, being that we're not going to have Cunha. So I'd probably do like an Mbumo, Cunha, Mbumo, Bruno. Damn, tongue twister. In the 10s. I'd have Dorgu's playing this game. Maz, I'd probably let Ahmad get in on this. Where we falter, though, is that midfield, and I'd have to pair up. I'd probably put Kabi and Casemiro in there. See if that'll try to work that out. I know it's the slowest midfield in history. The back three will remain the same with De Ligt and Euro and Shaw. Or I'd let Shaw in. I don't think Aiden Hever is too much ready for that kind of game with that intensity. So I give Shaw. Shaw's looked pretty decent. I'm a big Shaw. I wanted him gone. I think like a lot of people, but I think he's been pretty decent, and no complaints from me there from him. So yeah, that would be mine. And then Bindier in goal. I'm sorry. Put the kid in goal. People are like, oh, well, you got to bet him in. I think that's what Amram's going to do. No, man. You got to get in there and take your lumps now. David De Gea had to do the same thing, take his lumps. Mm-hmm. And he ended up shining for it down the line. So take your lumps, get out there. And this game's at home, right? It's a home game?
I believe so.
Yeah, so get out there in front of Stretford End to show what you can do.
I believe it's away.
Yeah.
Is it
away? Yeah, it is away. Yeah.
Okay, well, even better. The pressure's on. You're in the house. You're in the Citizens' house. Go ahead and get us a dub in front of their 10 fans.
The empty head. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Casey, go ahead. What's your best 11?
Yeah, well, I definitely want to see Šeško get going. He's had time to get caught up with the speed of the game. We pay him a lot of money to get results, especially with Cunha. This is a good time to introduce him. The goalie situation, I just jumped all over the place. The goalie situation, I don't know how we address it. I like what Mikey said. Getting the youngster going now. I mean, we brought him in for a reason to play. I don't know if Amram will do that, though. I think Amram is the type of a guy that he wants to ease guys into this and not rush them and put them under pressure situations. So I think he'd probably go with Bender. The back three is what it is. It's going to be Shaw, De Ligt, Euro. Good to have Maz back. We have good rotation. Ahmad on the wing. Dorgo on the wing. Even Dorgo on the wing. I don't know because remember he started um the low. I wonder if he would mess around and put Maz out there.
What,
I
on the
don't
left?
know. Yeah.
Delo didn't start on the left. It was they got it mixed up on the paper. Delo started on the right. They got it mixed up on the team sheet.
So
Whereas
what
the
did
playing on
Burnley
the left.
game, in the Burnley game, Delo weren't on the left.
so
Yeah, he
who was
was.
on the? Yeah, he was.
He was on the
Well,
left. He played on the left for a lot of the game.
I was on the right.
People were confused. Like, why
Delo
is
is
he
on the left.
And it worked out.
He played left. Yeah.
oh, it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
He got the assists on the left hand side to
Yeah.
move
Mhm.
But
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he cut it in and cut back. Yeah, my bad.
you know, you'll probably throw Bruno at one of those wings. I don't know, or put him back in the midfield and put Zersky out there. I don't know. He has options though. That's the one thing he does. He has options. So definitely want to see Sesko get going though. That's the number one thing I want to see going. And I feel confident. You know, what I saw from City is I know it's early in them, but they look like they can get at. You know. And we're creating chances. That's one thing I like. We're creating 14 chances a game, a match. That's definitely somewhere I want to be.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
I know it's early days, early doors, but that City team, as stacked as they are, they are there to be had. With that high line that they play, one pass over the top, and they're not good in transition. They cannot handle a counter-attacking team. If we come in there and set up counter-attacking, we can get 3 points from there.
They got that boy Donnarumma in.
I'm the same. I expect nothing but 3 points. I think they're to be had right now.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree. With the amount of teams that they brought in, players they brought in from January and then in the summer, it's a completely different look. I'll go with do you know I'm going to put Ugarte in this game, just because of the physicality in that midfield. You know, the one thing he does do well is get the ball back. The progressing is non there, but you stick someone like Kobe with him who can maybe move the ball a little forward a bit more. I still want Ugarte in there for the physicality. Maybe this is his game to shine for this season because he hasn't been too great. Sesko, absolutely agree. You know, like I said, we'll touch on his what he was saying earlier, and he did get an assist for his country today. I think it's a little bit too early for Lamont. I just think it's a little bit too early for him. I would love for them to stick it in, but especially with the crosses from Haaland, I think it might be a little bit too early. I'd stick him on the bench as the backup, but I think it might be just a little bit too early for him. But other than that, the same as you guys. Other than Ugarte, I'd have Bruno up in the 10, Mainu and Ugarte is the midfield. You're talking about slow anyway, but at least Ugarte is a pretty good ball winner, and we're gonna need that with their attacking line, especially with Mamouche. So, yeah, that's for mine. Ronaldo, what you got with?
I feel like we might need to play Maguire in this game to help deal with Haaland. So I kind of want Maguire in this game somehow.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Delict and Euro have been. So I think it might be a mixture of them. Maybe Delict plays on the right and Euro on the left and Maguire in the middle. Just to deal with the height of Haaland.
Yeah.
I wanna play Mazraoui in this team so bad. But I don't know. Only right wing back might be good for him, but then you'll have to move Amada or Umbumo.
I've got a question for you, Ronaldo. Or for all you guys. Can Maz play in the mid? Could we pair him up with Kavi? I'm just I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think outside the box because he's got a little pace. He can pass. He's a good defender.
He's played striker. Why not?
That was one thing I wanted to bring up tonight. I didn't mean to cut you off, Ronaldo. Apologies.
That's a good point.
I think he could be a CDM. I'm not sure how agile he is with the ball, like to dodge presses when he's collecting the ball from the defense and the other teams pressing him from the back. I'm a little worried about that, but other than that, I know he can fit the role.
Oh,
I think he could advance and pass the ball pretty well. So might be with a gamble, but you're gonna be ruffling a lot of feathers if you skip Casemiro and Ugarte to play.
Yes.
We're not worried about those feathers. Those
I
feathers
mean,
mean
I'm just saying, like squad harmony is a thing. You don't want to
You
play.
also got to look at his fitness. This will be his
Yeah.
first
Yeah, I know
one.
he just got back
that's
too.
what I.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a big
yeah.
thing. But down the road, I mean, it's with a shot. I'd rather play him than everybody's clamoring for Leacher to play CDM. It's like, guys, he just tore his knee. This is the second time he's damaged his knee. Why you want him to play the position where he has to run the most? It's crazy.
That's fair. That's fair.
People need to let go of the Leacher at CDM talk. As a matter of
Never.
fact, I hereby ban that from this show. But anyway, Kobe has to play. Figure Kobe and Bruno. Maybe Bruno at the left hand and let Kobe play on the 8. Your time to shine, doggy.
Doggy.
As much, I'm a Kobe stan. Like at some point, he's just gonna have to man up and make him, that you can't play him. He's like undroppable, basically. Whether it's at the 8 or the 6, because I think the message that that Amarim is trying to get to him is you need to be an all-round player. You can't just be you can't just be attacking. Your defense has to be rock solid too. So one school of thought is people like the idea of Bruno and Menu playing in the middle. I think we could do that against crappier teams. But against City, I don't know. Probably need somebody more defensive in there.
Bruno needs to be on the wing.
I'll probably play Kobe Ugarte in the middle, Dorgo on the left, and Bruno left hand.
Jeremy?
And then of course Sesko and Mbuma.
got it. So I kind of have it similar to what you had it, Sean. Just to kind of go over my lineup. You mentioned what would be our best 11 lineup. Currently, with the squad that we have, I would put Sesko up top, Bruno and Mbeumo up at the 10s, Dorgo at the left, and then in the midfield, I would put Kabi and Ugarte. Ugarte just for his ball winning ability. I don't want a midfield that's so slow with Casemiro. Granted, I do like Casemiro's his passing ability a little bit better. And I would put Ahmad at the right, Shaw, Delit, and Euro. And I'll throw Lemons in there. Just throw him in there. Just that's what we got him for, right?
That's the keeper.
Eventually,
Yeah,
I would start him. And the guys right off the bench that I would throw in there would be like either Xerxes or Maz, because if Bruno ain't doing it, you bring him down at the at the midfield, and you can either throw Xerxes in there or Ahmad at the 10. So you have a little bit of versatility up there. And I mean, I'm not really so worried about having De Ligt fight off with Haaland. He did it with Gyökeres. He was able to keep him in check.
Mm-hmm.
And then about Martinez playing as a CDM, I know they mentioned in a different show that he played, I think, only like 200 minutes roughly at Ajax with Ten Hag, and Ten Hag didn't really play him here as a CDM. So this is a different league. It's a faster league. He doesn't have, I mean, with the injuries, he's not going to have that pace to be able to keep up in the midfield.
Well, I think the difference between, for me, Ugarte and him in the CDM is he can do all of it. He can progress the ball forward. He can tackle. He doesn't need to get forward. That's the point. He's a CDM. He doesn't need it. All he needs to do is collect that ball and progress it forward. That's why Ugarte isn't as good as he is, because he can't progress it forward as well. He doesn't need to be up and down the pitch. That's what the number 8 is for. Come back, collect it, get off of him, and then move forward. Like, that's the whole point. A lot of times, and you guys probably have seen this, is that CDM is the one that the center defender actually moves forward ahead of the CDM a lot of times. So I think he would be a great CDM.
Who you guys
Sean,
talking about?
you're talking about Lisandro Martinez?
Yeah.
I disagree. In this type of system that Amarim wants, you need like 2 midfielders that are hell of athletic,
Mm-hmm.
because and you need them to have energy. Lisandro Martinez, yes, he has great passing ability and he has great defensive awareness. For a center back, he has enough pace, you could say, and be able to progress as a center back.
Yeah, but Amarim's defenders play on the halfway line, so he's gonna if he doesn't have that pace to get back, then he ain't gonna be able the pace to get midfield.
For that.
CDM. So that's the criteria, right? If he comes back and he doesn't have the pace, then he's done at United, because you can't play in defense and be on the halfway line and not have the pace to get back.
I don't know. I just think
back.
he would get exposed a little bit more in the midfield. I mean, personally, but I mean, nothing. Why not experiment it? But for me, that's.
Yeah. I think it's a good experiment, at least to try it.
No way. Martinez was coming off a major injury.
I'm not talking about now. I'm on about letting him get back to full fitness and then try him there. Start putting him in at any point right now is a bad idea. But
Is he
What
fit?
are these comments saying?
Is he back?
He's very close to be back. I would say probably.
Yeah,
Chelsea.
I don't think he's
He'll be on the
back
bench
yet.
for the fourth game, I would assume.
Yeah, do the comments.
Yeah. What's that? Sorry.
I was just saying, like we're been getting comments.
Oh yeah. So I'll read some of them off. Philly, Red Devil, Cisco Furnace for Country Today. Read that one. I expect nothing less than 3 points for City. Mountain Delow, not a blow. Dog shit. Mount is not dog shit. I'm sorry. I don't understand why people think Mount is dog shit. He's clearly shown that he's not. He's injury prone, but he's not dog shit. Euro, Delit, and Maz for me. I would agree with that if Maz wasn't coming back off of injury. Last week was his first 20 minutes, so I don't think he's fully fit enough to start the game. Maz could 100% play in the midfield. I agree. I think he could be a good CDM, being a defender and being able to progress the ball forward. And then defensive for what? I'm not quite sure what you mean there. If you want to explain what you mean there. But Brian, you want to give your 11?
I put Lamans in the goal, 100%. Amarim frustrates me a little bit sometimes because he gets new toys, but he wants to he gets a new car, but he keeps it in the garage. He doesn't take it driving. Vesco's got to start up front. I'd put in Bueno on the left, being a left footer, and Bruno on the right as the 10s. Dorgu. I'd love to see Maz as the CDM, but I wouldn't start him because he, like you guys are saying, he's coming back off injury. I guess Casemiro and Kobe. That thing kind of doesn't really work, but then I would do Ahmad on the right, and then Delict, Yoro, and Shaw for the back three.
Yeah, it seems pretty much like a lot of us in agreement, especially with the new goalie Mons. Sesko has to start. I will jump into some of his quotes from kind of what he did yesterday. Basically saying the Premier League is a lot more physical. You can clearly see he wasn't fit in the last couple of games. I know Amarim said that's why he took the penalty last. He was feeling kind of an injury. Whether that's bullshit or not, I'm not sure. I still think being the last star striker and you're the last outfield player to take a penalty is pretty bullshit to me. I think he should have been way up there. But yeah, he said kind of, he's getting better every game. We did see that against Burnley. I think the second half. First cross, I think, was a little too high, but the second one, I think he should have done better, probably put the ball in the net. But you did see him getting into the game a lot more in the Burnley. And I really do think he'll start against City. Mikey, do you agree with his comments? Like, trying to get used to the Premier League. It does seem like he says he needs time to get used to the Premier League.
I think everybody, right? When you go after those non-Premier League proven players, they get to see what that means, right? Mm-hmm. They get to see what that means. So that's the aspect of it in which it's true, right? It's like they get a taste of the physicality, not only the physicality, but the amount of space on the ball. The amount of time on the ball. These guys are not used to. They used to be able to look and scan and maybe take a few touches before they pass. Today's game is not like that. at all, especially in the Prem. I think now in Germany it is a little bit like that, but there's still a little bit time to have and space in that league. But a league that also favors strikers a lot. So that's why you can have like at the TK or Colomani or those types of guys go crazy, and then they don't do anything else elsewhere. Not to say Hugo's lighting it up now, as you can see, which is crazy. But I'm not surprised he's saying that. I'm scared for him. I'm scared for him because I hope he could transition to. He wasn't my first choice as striker. I wanted Osherman. We didn't get Osherman. Of course not. We weren't going to get Osherman, right? We were never going to get him. But I hope it works out for him, man. I hope he's just not another Rasmus. I hope he's just not a stronger, faster Rasmus. I hope it works out for him. I haven't seen enough to say that he's going to be good or he's going to be bad yet.
Yeah, Brian, what's your kind of take on it?
I mean, you just got to start him, and I'd rather have 2 or 3 games where he's shit than 5 or 6 games where he's ineffective but not horrible.
Yeah.
Like, get used to it. Yeah, it's a different league, 100%. And I mean, for me, like, he's young, but as a professional, you have to, like, okay, I'm going to the EPL. Let me watch some EPL tape or something and get acclimated with. Because every league, we all know all the European leagues have different gameplay. Some are a little more physical, some are more, pacey, this, that, the other. Like, you're going here. I mean, he kind of came quick, but I mean, behind the scenes, they've been talking for a few weeks probably. So, he just has to get acclimated to the league. And I'm with Mikey. I hope he's not another Rasmus. That'd be horrible. But at the end of the day, it's on him. Like, we're paying you a very fair wage. You're a professional, so in the end, it's on him to work it out, and I hope he does. I think he can, but
he has to score soon too, like before the doubt starts to flood in, and then
that's where I was with Cunha before he got hurt.
Like with Cunha, it's okay. Like, I'm not mad at him if he doesn't score because he does everything.
Yeah,
like he does everything else. But like the striker
100%.
has to score goals, and if he doesn't start to do that soon, people will start saying things, that doubt will creep in, and that's never good.
The fan base is gonna come after him.
Yeah, not to bring up Liverpool again, but like at the TK has scored in every game he's been in, just except for the last one. That's good. That's what you want. You want to see that kind of takes the pressure off you a little bit. Now you want to overachieve at that point. So he has to. I'm not saying he needs to score against City. I'm just saying that scoring needs to happen soon.
He needs to get his first one. He needs to taste blood. He needs to taste blood.
He's seeing it. He's seeing all the guys around him that's gotten signed scoring. Yokers has scored. Like I said, Hugo scored. I don't know if the Lap scored yet in the Prem yet.
I think he scored once. Yeah, he scored once in the Prem, but he's out for a while now, man. He got that nasty injury.
Yeah, he got hurt bad.
He's seeing all of those guys put it on the board, so it's definitely in his head. I feel like it would be in my head, at least. That's just me speculating. It'd be in my head if I was a striker. I just I remember like wrestling and like seeing people doing stuff above my weight class and below, and I'm like, yo, I want to do better than that. Like, I want to go out there and dominate on the mat or whatever the case. You're always watching what other people are doing in sport. So I'm sure he's watching what the other strikers are doing.
I will say I'm in a group chat with a lot of different fans in the UK, and not to say to the UK, it's just that I'm in a group chat with them, and a lot of them are Arsenal fans, and a lot of them are starting to question the Gyökeres signing. Yeah, he scored 2 goals, but if you've looked at him versus the big games, he hasn't played well, and they're wondering whether the physicality in the Premier League is too much for him already. And that's after 3 games. So, like you said, you've got an established striker like that who's played in the English league before, not so much the Premier League, but, the Championship is more physical than the Premier League. and you got team players that are fans that are worried about Gyökeres. I think Sesko just needs a little time. I mean, he starts right. It's very difficult to come off a bench and change a game. Ollie took a while to be able to come off the bench and change a game. He wasn't the super sub right off the bat for Manchester United. So it takes time to come in the Premier League, and you can't do that in 20 minutes. So I believe with everyone else, he needs to start a game because he's going to affect the game more right at the beginning than he is coming on 20 minutes. Casey, what's your thoughts on Sesko saying it needs a little bit of time?
Well, I like the maturity of him speaking like that. But I don't want to hear that. I want him to say he's chomping at the bit. He wants to get involved. He wants to play in this league. He wants to get going. He's brought here for a purpose. And I understand he's still young, but like the gentleman from Liverpool, he's off and running. He's off and running. And I feel like what Sesko is saying is, I feel like it's more like a club-driven message, probably telling him, we want to take our time with you. We want to make sure you get accustomed to the league. So we don't want to rush you. So I feel like something they're telling him too. I mean, it's fine, but it's time. It's time now. Everybody else has got their strikers going. Let's get this young guy going. I mean, athletically, he seems like he could fit the part. He's saying that he's want to get used to the speed. His teammates are a lot faster. That's cool, but some point you got to get your feet wet. Let's go. But I mean, it just feels like it was more of a club-driven message, though, for him to say that.
No,
I'll add that people will be like, he hasn't scored in 3 games, 4 games, but he's only played 20 minutes, 30 minutes in those games. So people focus on the games, but he's not starting. This is the whole start him. Give him 90. You're playing 90, dude. Unless you get hurt, you're playing 90.
Well,
and see what happens. Like
Oh, my bad, bro. My bad.
No. Go ahead. I'm done.
I thought you were to the end of your point. I'm kind of.
I am at the. Yeah. I'm done.
Also ADHD, but I was gonna say towards the with the whole Gyökeres thing. I don't care if you play bad unless you score, as long as you score. Like you could play bad. Mohamed Salah does that. He's been doing that for years. He's been ineffective in games for 80 minutes, and then he'll bang 2 goals in front of you, and it's forgotten. He's done that for years now, at least 6 years. But not saying that he has had his game when he's played lights out and scored 3 past you in the first half. He's had those too. But like at the striker role, at the striker position now, I know Salah's a winger. At the striker position now, I don't give a fuck if you were playing like shit as long as you put something in the net. Because that's what matters at the end of the day. Now, if your midfielder is doing something a little bit crazier than, or like more of your more ball-heavy position players that are going to have the ball, that need to dictate, that need to set up the pace and dictate the flow of the game, because the game's won and lost in midfield. I think everybody growing up, everybody wanted to play striker, but the best players play in the midfield. The players we love the most play in the midfield for sure, because they're the conductors. So, like, yeah, you want those people. You don't mind if they don't score. You want them more to assist, of course. And when Bruno does it, we're like, yes, Bruno's scoring and he's assisting. But for that dude, I don't give a damn if you play badly. As long as you're putting them in the back of the net, everything will be forgiven. People will forget. People will forget. Like Drogba. Look at Drogba. Drogba wasn't like this crazy player, but when he put it in the net, it mattered every time. Every time. And he's probably passed up on the list a few times as far as goals go.
Yeah, he's up there with the goals. No, I do know the reason he didn't start against Burnley was because he did have cramps against Grimsby. That's why Amarim said he didn't start. He was having cramps at the end of the game, which is due to fitness. He didn't have a full preseason. He did play games, but he didn't have a full preseason. So I can kind of understand the Burnley game. Ronaldo, what's your kind of thoughts on Sesko and needing time?
Martial almost has more goals than Drogba.
You're on mute, Ronaldo.
Oh, did someone say Martial?
It's crazy.
Almost. Tony the Greek? Tony the Greek? Come on.
Almost. He's almost there. He had 104 goals in 254 games. That's a lot of goals.
Hey,
Go ahead,
Martial.
you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a new league. Of course, it's gonna take some time to get better in. But people, I don't know if it's not common knowledge, but he hasn't played 90 minutes since April. So that's kind of, and he didn't have that long of a preseason too. So that's kind of why they're probably taking their time with Sesko. But I'm hoping this week over the break he gets a little more acclimated. So he starts one time versus City. I mean, we need the points everywhere we could get. So especially with Cunha out, he needs to start on this coming Sunday. So yeah, once he doesn't have any niggles, I think he got a cramp in the Grimsby game too. If he's 100%, just let him start, guys. Stop wasting time. We don't have many games. It's gonna be all league games until January when FA Cup starts. He needs to find his feet like right away. So throw him in there. Same with Lemons. Throw those guys in there. Sesko needs to start, and with Cunha out, I guess Bruno playing a little closer to him would work. Bumo is a great crosser of the ball. Maybe we need to get him involved there too.
Mhm.
So yeah, start him if he's fit. He needs to start.
Yeah, Jeremy, what's your thoughts on it?
For me, as long as he scores goals, this would all just be old news. I mean, we don't really say that about people once they come and hit the ground running, like, oh, they need to adapt. When Haaland came in from the same league as he did, granted, a different player, much more goals, much more accolades under his belt. No one said anything about like, oh, Haaland has to adapt to the league. He only gets like 11 touches. All they cared about is he was scoring. All we're going to care at the end of the day with Šeško is that he scores. It's kind of like a DH hitter. He can strike out 2 times as long as he gets at home runs. That's all that matters. We just want this guy to hit in the back of the net. He might miss a few, but if he gets a goal, all this will quiet down.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think starting against City, if he gets a goal against City, the fans are going to be right back on board. You're scoring in a derby, fans will be right back. And not that any fans are kind of going against him. I think everyone understands, not playing since April. If you rush him back too much and he gets an injury, we're all going to be sitting on here saying, "Oh, did we rush him back too quickly?" So I trust the manager. I do. I said this on the show with Mr. Green the other day. I think starting him against Grimsby was the worst mistake. Starting a player in that type of game on a pitch that they have in that type of environment, I think starting him against Burnley would have been a better option than Grimsby. But moving on to our next point, kind of a big one. Onana been told that he's not wanted anymore. Time is up. Mikey, what's your thought on that? About time?
About damn time. I mean, it took too long. It took too long. We're about a season late on that. The guy, and like I said, I was one of his biggest supporters in the beginning. I thought in the beginning it was a little harsh with all the shots and all of that stuff. I thought, but once that wore off, and you saw like how bad he is just in general, just like his positioning is bad. He's not forceful to come out on crosses. He has a bozo gene in him where it's always a mistake. The one thing I'll say is that he does well is the short passing in pressure situation. I never have a problem with him there. Now he's blundered that too, but like when you see Bayindir do it, you're like, oh, what the hell? Like you're making L passes just for the sake of it. You don't need to do that. So I'm hoping our new guy could take some of that and learn from it. But the guy has to go. The problem is that he thinks Onana's also strongest thing for him is that he's a very confident dude. He's very confident. Like he doesn't give a fuck about what nobody thinks about him. He's gonna go out. The guy has so much confidence. He was asking for more money. It's like, oh well, you didn't hold up your side of the bargain for not making the Champions League. I need 25% more. Me in this situation, I'd shut the hell up and just be glad that I have a job. You know what I'm saying? But the guy has a big set of balls on him. Good for him. Fuck off to Saudi. Go learn Arabic, brother. It's all good.
Damn.
It'll be great. It'll be great. You know what I'm saying? I hear it's really nice this time of the year, but fuck off to Saudi, bro. Get your bag. Like, get your bag. You're finished as a keeper in the world. You're finished.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna. You're a meme now. You're what Harry Maguire was. You're a meme now. Like even
That's the
worse.
best. That's
Worse
a
now.
great
Harry
comment.
Maguire's like redeemed himself. You're even worse than that now because you're in front of the goal.
Go redeem yourself in Saudi.
Yeah, so just
Yeah,
go on
Mikey,
to Saudi and get your bag.
you don't think he can revive that back? He's 29 years old only for a goalkeeper.
Fuck him.
Not when you do that against Grimsby, buddy.
I
Fuck
don't
him.
see a team
No.
that's big enough with the wages that he wants, paying him to do that shit someplace else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he has to go to Saudi, whereas like Saudi, they're trying to build a name, they're still trying to build their brand. So like people will come in and watch Onana because he's stupid. So they'll come in and just be like, oh, let's just see this stupid idiot that can't
Biscuit Hands is the goal. Let's go see Biscuit Hands.
And I hate to say that about him because I was one of his biggest supporters at one point, but it's the truth. He's infamous now. He's not famous, he's infamous now. So like bringing him in, the infamy alone will bring people to come and see him. And then when he blunders, which he inevitably will, he'll be on the front page. And he'll be at El Attifaq with their 10 fans. You know, figure it out.
Half the memes are like game fiction too. So it's like it's not, he doesn't have a good PR thing going on right now.
And he's a nice, like the way I've heard him talk before and like what he's done in the community and his story, him as a person, a good dude. Like from all accounts, seems like a good dude. Like, you know, but like his game is whack. His game, he has to go. With that game, you got to go, bro. That's what it's about.
Has anybody seen? I saw it. There's a what country is he from? I think he's in the Nigerian goalkeeper. His name's Emmanuel Okogobo. I can't pronounce his last name. I do apologize for that. If you guys go, I'll put it in the chat. If you go look him up, apparently he's been getting mistaken for Onana. And it's pretty funny. I'll put his name in the chat. And he's put a public plea out to
Run with it if you're at the bar. I'd go with it. If I'm at the bar, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm on down. Like, buy me a drink.
It's pretty funny.
They were messing him up at Amadou Onana for Everton. They were messing when he was at Everton. They were messing those guys up. I remember that NBC was doing that shit a lot.
It's pretty funny. Casey, what's your thoughts on Onana being told he's got to go?
Wish would have happened a little bit sooner. Probably had more time to make moves. You know, he's had every opportunity. And he's got an opportunity that even when he came back, he had his chance and he just blew it. It's a shame, you know. I do like his confidence, like Mikey says. He's a good guy. I heard he's well liked in the locker room, but he has yet to gain back that form of anything good. You know, Mikey likes his short passes. It's great. I just don't see anything him being a Premier League goalie.
Now, why did you bring me in that?
Damn.
I'm sorry, Mikey. Yeah, but
the back three don't trust him.
I just don't see anything. We brought him here to be a distributor, and you know, it just seems like he's panicked. I think he just got shell shocked that first year, and he's never recovered when he had like 1,000 shots coming at him. I just don't think he's ever recovered from that. It was a rough first season. I'll give him that, you know, but it's just a shame. He's just, you know, Eric Ten Hag brought him here and had a lot of confidence in him, and he's just never, ever. No. I won't say never, ever, but I think that first season broke him. I'm going to give him that. I'm saying the first season kind of broke him because he just after that first season he was nothing like we saw at Inter, nothing like we saw at Ajax. So. It's a shame that it didn't happen sooner. When he came into camp asking for money and he was out of shape because he was playing forward in some dirt field with chairs in it, we should have told him that you got to go now, you know. But he's had his opportunity, so he has no one to blame but himself.
No, I agree. Regarding distribution, I think like Bayern is much better at distribution than Onana is much better. if you see his long passes to like Cunha and Mbumo, and straight up top, I think they've been pretty on point this season. I think the only thing letting Bindier down is his crossing ability. He just can't come out for the ball, but neither can Onana. So I think overall for me, Bindier is by far the first team choice goalkeeper right now. I whether we want Le Mans to come in right away against City, I don't know. I think it might be just too soon. I think we give Bindier a little bit more time. But Ronaldo, what's your kind of thoughts on Onana? You're on mute again, my man.
I don't want to waste any more time on Onana, man. That's just done. It's over. Let's go. Get Le Mans in there. Only because I know Bindier has looked so. Not only the only calamity was against Arsenal. But yeah, I don't want to chance it anymore. It's gonna be like an out and out freaking goalkeeping competition, and let the best man Le Mans win. Just let's move on.
No, could this possibly, like I said on the show with Mr. Green, right? If I'm Bindier, if I'm not, I don't know if he's playing international this week. I'm not sure. If I'm not, I'm at Carrington every day making people put crosses in and have people run into the side of me just to practice, because this is his time to step up, right? He knows Onana's made mistakes, so he goes in, but there's been no one behind him. Now we have Le Mans. This is his time to step up and go, okay, I want to take the first team goal. This could be a really good opportunity for Man United having these two goalkeepers in and Onana being told to lead. This could make him step up. He might not, but if I'm there, I'm doing a Ronaldo, man. I'm 20 minutes after practice, 20 minutes before practice saying, put these balls in. I want to catch them. Have the defenders run into me while I'm trying to learn to catch. It is time to do it. But Jeremy, what's your thoughts on Onana going? Well, he's going to be here in January.
For him to start doing that, that's an issue.
Sorry?
If it took now for him to know that he needed to be doing that shit, and it took
that's a problem.
that might be an issue for him.
I 100% agree with you. It might be an issue, but there is always times professional where you can get too comfortable, too complacent, right? And you need that one person to force you to step up a little bit more. We see it in the NFL, NBA, where a new guy comes in and he's doing really well, and we saw it with Harry Maguire, right? New people came in, stepped up. So maybe we all sometimes need a little push in the back, kick in the ass, to just step up a little bit. But I do agree. If he's 27, if you haven't been figuring that out by now, this might be an issue. Jeremy, what's your thoughts on Onana?
That's like when there were reports that Delo was staying after in the training ground to work on his crossing. It's like that's kind of alarming if a professional player, especially a right wing back, has to work on his crossing at the professional level. But I digress. Yeah, man, Onana, just like everyone, just get him out. It's a day late, but just thank you not for your services. Go to Saudi Arabia, just like Mikey said, learn some Saudi. And just get him gone, man. Get him gone, man. Get him gone. And Bindier, just like what you mentioned, it seemed like his distribution is better. But like you said, and everyone, you guys mentioned it, him not being able to command his box, that's the problem, especially with crosses. Just horrible for a guy for his height. It's kind of like when we would see dudes that were tall when I would play basketball and they couldn't dunk. You're like, dude, you're a waste of height. I don't mean it like that, but it's just like, dude is like pretty tall and he can't command his box. It's like, I think Mikey said it a few episodes ago. Dude, if you're 6'6", 6'10", you should be able to rebound like in basketball. If he's that height, you should be able to command your box, man. Come on. That's the least you can do as a big man.
Do you think
most people on the planet?
Yeah. Do you think it could be a confidence issue though? Sorry to interrupt, Mikey. I don't know.
I don't know if it can be a confidence issue because I think most guys just kind of have that in them. Some dudes just have that in them. Some dudes are not that tall and they can rebound. I'm just saying it from sports for like basketball. There was Charles Barkley was 6'4", but the dude was a rebound machine. He wasn't the tallest dude. People didn't have to tell him. Well, you got to be here. You got to have a lower center of gravity. No, the dude just had it in him. So guys just kind of either have to have it in them or not. And if they don't have it in them, I believe at a younger age, that's when they have to either develop that or ask the right questions to be able to be in that position. That's just my 2 cents.
You can use your hands, for fuck's sake. get your hand. The fact that when he did this to the ball at that time, and he could have easily made a fist, it just said everything to me. Like, bro, you're just not built like that. You're not. You got to be a little nasty in sports.
You gotta go out as an alpha.
You got to be a little bit of an asshole in
You gotta
sports.
alpha that shit.
You have to.
I like that,
think
Mikey.
You gotta
you
alpha
have
that
to.
shit. You
have
can't go out there and beta that shit. Like,
gotta be nasty.
excuse me. No. You got
No, get in there, put your arm out, and punch that fucking ball.
fucking
Oh.
take a guy out. You're the keeper. You're protected so much. Like, go. And this is where Keno, he's like, the goalie needs to come out with violence. Yes, come out.
Yeah, throw that
Get
shit.
it, own it. Fuck, it doesn't matter who's in your way. Fuck them. Get through them and get the ball. That's your whole job. Get the ball. Whatever you gotta do, get it. Sorry. That's it.
You remember the last time though, a Manchester United goalkeeper came out with confidence and yelled at a certain player? Anana came out and yelled at Maguire. That kind of bit him back in the ass. Then it was his first game for United. Came out yelling at Maguire in pre-season last season. It was 2 seasons ago. So that's pretty funny. But that's all I have on my end of things. Anyone else have any more questions? Anything to bring up? Casey, I know you have a sponsorship to do. If you want to go ahead and do that one.
Oh yeah, our second sponsor is Red Devil Threads, some of the finest, authentic, original Manchester United merchandise, anti-Glazer merchandise. I need to check the mail. I know I have something in the mail. I've been happy with everything with the subscription. Remember, you Stateside Reds get that 10% off. You'll never be disappointed unless you get a shirt that says Onana on it or Bayender. Then you'll be disappointed. But
Damn.
Red Devil Threads, check them out. Fine, original, authentic, high quality United merchandise.
And they're from Manchester.
I had a phone case that had Ten Hag's face on it. As you can see, I don't have a phone case anymore.
Who'd you get that from? Red Devils?
No, somebody gave it to me. It had like all of them on it from winning the FA Cup, and like Ten Hag was holding the trophy. And I was like, get this shit
Oh
off.
yeah, I gotta take this Ten Hag. Take this
Off
Ten
my
Hag
phone
magnet
now.
off the fucking refrigerator.
Mike, you brought up a good point there. Ex-Man United manager fired after two league games. Another good point we could touch on here.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Did you
saying
not wait
that
too long?
the way he had them set up and what he was trying to get them to do in some of these games, and like him losing that early preseason match to I think it was like an under 18 squad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was.
The writing was on the wall, and like guys don't want to just leave you for a team that they've been playing for. Now, granted, like Nkapie and all of them, those guys were owed a move. They were invincibles. They're literally almost European invincibles, right? So like they were all owed a move. A lot of them guys were gonna go anyway. Regardless, that's one of the greatest teams I've seen in my life, at least in the last few years. Good team. They're all getting moves, but like when your new manager comes in and can't stir you on to stay, and everybody leaves. I don't know if that's that's a bad, and then you're not able to bring anyone in. The reports are that he was having issues with the people upstairs, and because they weren't getting people to come in. But it was like, yo, you bought me to bring me in, knowing that a lot of these guys were gonna move on and you're gonna take money for them, and then you weren't gonna supplement them, and then you talk about you don't like how I play. I don't have anybody, so it was a double-edged sword from both the club and how shit Eric Ten Hag is as a manager. I just don't think he's a good manager. I just don't. He showed it at United. He's showing it again, but he also got a raw deal that they weren't helping him address the issues with what was going on in Leverkusen. So it sometimes, wrong place and wrong time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's reports that he wasn't getting on with his own staff that he brought in. And not only that, Leverkusen are now calling him the worst manager of all time.
Wow, it's rough.
Which goes to show, if you're getting fired after 2 league games, then you're going to be that's one of the worst of all time. Brian, what's your thoughts on him going after 2 games?
I I mean, I wasn't. You did good in Ajax at the Dutch league. It's not.
In the Dutch league, though, he did take him to.
It's not like it's like being the home run champ of single A baseball. Like, well, that's cool, but
He did take him to
yeah,
the Champions League.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's that great a manager. It makes sense. It's kind of funny that 3 of our former managers got fired within a week, but hey, yeah, Ten Hag, he's not great. He should go back to Holland or Scandi or whatever, and he'll do all right.
People will say the Ajax thing, but he had his fingerprints all over Ajax. They had a scouting department that doesn't lose, right? They've had that for years now, right? They're a sellers club where they get people, lose them, get new talent all the time, develop talent.
Yeah.
He had his fingerprints all over that club where he had great relationships with everybody there. So, like, that's why it worked there at Ajax. If he can't have his fingerprints on everything, it's not going to work. Just look at what he did to us. It took him 2 games to change his system. He got smacked 4-0 and 3-0 back-to-back games by Brighton and Brentford, and he stopped playing his system.
100%.
So, hey, man.
100%. 100%.
I like to think that the Ajax thing had a lot to do with Ender van der Sar, because the minute he left, they haven't been the same. And I think he was such a good director of football, and his team underneath him, they did a great job. Even Ten Hag couldn't fuck it up. So,
stop texting Tiggs. Stop texting Tiggs, man. You got to stop texting the Tiggs. That's what he got in trouble for, right? Van der Sar got in trouble for being inappropriate with one of the workers there. Yeah.
Was it?
And he also had an aneurysm.
Somebody selling pies.
I was Overmars. It was
that was Overmars. Van der Sar left because he had a heart issue. Remember? He had
something like that. Oh
yeah, he did have the heart thing.
I want to give that lot of that success to him.
No, I agree with you, but you also, I think, like what Mikey said, they worked so well together. He was there for such a long time, right? He had that ability to create a relationship with upstairs. He didn't have that at Man United right off the bat. He had, he had the Glaziers and 2 of the worst sporting directors that have ever come across the game at Manchester United. He still won 2 trophies at United. I still don't think he was a success overall for Manchester United. But I think he should have been given a little bit more time at Burnley, because as Mikey said, when you sell all of those players and you don't bring in or replace anybody, of course you're not going to do well right off the bat. He needed to be able to put his footprint on the team, and he wasn't given that chance. I think it was a little bit harsh, but at the end of the day, that's the football world, right? You don't win. As we're talking about Sesko earlier, if you don't score, people get on your back. If you don't win, people get on your back. Ronaldo, what's your thoughts on Ten Hag?
Very unfortunate, but I don't have that much sympathy because of the mess he kind of left us in with his bad scouting and his SEC agency pickups. It's always got to be guys from that. Yeah, they might have a few documentaries on there where his angles where he needs to have guys from his agency come and play with. And just some of the bad pickups he brought from us from Ajax. We could have got Kudus instead of Anthony.
Isak.
Isak. Yeah, he didn't listen to Ragnick, right? All the 4 people, like there was Isaac, Alvarez, and some other folks that he was like, yo, you guys need to get these guys now and sell everybody else. And the Glaciers laughed at him. And Ten Hag said, I don't need your help. And look how that turned out. So, he's not making good decisions. And I think, of course, there's a big stigma with his tenure.
Ragnick had it.
Leverkusen just had it to heart as soon as it stopped going sour. It's like, you know what? let's rip the cord now.
We're not gonna wait.
And look, they're not gonna wait because they've already turned over a bunch of guys, and they're gonna go for like what did they come last year? Like second or third? I can't remember.
It was
Yeah, they might fall out of UCL if they let Ten Hag run the ship and run it into the ground. So
yeah,
I guess
I agree. Do you guys feel like we were talking about Onana earlier? He's like kind of no one's going to touch him, other than the Dutch league. Maybe going back to Ajax. Do you think Ten Hag is falling into that place, or do you think someone's going to give him a chance? Jeremy, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts are I need to become a coach because I just saw the post that he made $28 million.
Severances, baby.
I must be doing something wrong where I need to get fired to make that much bread. So,
Shitty coaches get paid.
So all this about poor Ten Hag. Hopefully he finds a job. Dude got his bread. He wasn't cut out for the Premier League. And as you see in the Bundesliga, it wasn't cut out for that either. Mikey mentioned it pretty good that he needs to have his fingerprints on everything for it to go right for him. And when it doesn't, we saw it right off the bat. He was already giving his press conference on, I'm not going to coach you like I did at Ajax, that beautiful football. It's going to be different football. And all of us, we were all like, what? So that threw us out of loop. So for him, we'll see what he figures out. Maybe he might coach at second division, Eredivisie, whatever he might coach. But dude got his bread.
No, I think.
Go
Go ahead, Mikey.
I was telling somebody how much like shit people give Pep. They'll be like, he's a checkbook manager and da 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 da. I'm like, you could get sacked after 2 games. Yeah. You could get sacked after 2 games. You could have a good season and get sacked. You could have no backing and get sacked. You could have all the backing in the world and get sacked. So that's just a testament to show how all of that is bullshit. Because look how much money we've spent. We gave that same guy money just to sack him. And then he goes to another team and gets sacked 2 games later. Just saying, man, there's levels to everything in life.
Yeah,
facts.
Quick question, I don't have much after this. I saw on a British show today, I think it's called The Talk, where they have Carragher and Paul Scholes on. And someone said to me today, if Roman Abramovich was the City owner, they would have fired Pep. What's your thoughts on that? Because of how bad he was last season and how bad he started. I agree. I think Roman Abramovich would have fired him, because if you're going to fire one of the special one after winning the league, they fired one of their managers in the tunnel after winning the double. Chelsea, and so at the end of the day, for me, I feel like that could be a good point there. Especially if they lose against Man United or don't even get a win against United. The longer they kind of go with all the money they're being spent, do you think Pep could be under pressure this year?
Absolutely.
Or do you think he'll walk?
Absolutely not.
No, he ain't under pressure.
And anybody that's saying that's crazy. What's funny? We as football fans have short memory. We have a short fucking memory. Now, granted, to your question, to what you said, maybe, because Abramovich is ruthless. He's a savage. I think he would be foolish to do that, because what Pep comes in is with an empire. He comes in with, I'm gonna do the scouting from this bottom part. I'm gonna bring in all these guys, all these trainers. All of this is me. So when you get rid of me, you take the head of the snake. You get nothing after that. He did it everywhere he's gone. So people don't give him enough credit at that point. I'm not glazing him. I'm trying not to. Okay. But I respect greatness when I see it. I'm not a greatness hater. You know what I'm saying? And I like to see. I
like that.
Yeah. I'm not a greatness hater. I hate him. He manages the club I despise. One of the 4 clubs I despise on this planet. He manages that club. So yes, of course. But as a man, when I see somebody that's very good at their craft, I can't just say, oh, it's checkbook or oh, it's this. That's not nuance, and it's lazy. It's actually, it kind of shows you're a hater and you don't have no real, Pep has too much credit to go out like that. I think he's been found. I don't think he's been found out at all. I think everybody plays the same style that he plays now.
Yeah.
So he has to either, and he's been blessed with one of the greatest players that he went out and got to play in the midfield. So he has to find that next thing to do. But like we've seen teams from all over spend a lot of money, more money than City, and not win half as much as they've had. So like I think Abramovich would have probably got rid of him. It would have been, but I think that the credit, anybody at City, I'm not saying hearing any City fans saying we need to get rid of him, but they are concerned because they're losing and they're not used to it. Look at that. They lost 2 games in a row. And now it's like, oh my God. Oh, what the? Like, bro, I remember when you guys didn't used to win anything. So like, come on now.
I agree with you on all of those points. For me, though, I think if he has another bad season, he walks. I don't think he gets fired. I think he walks at the end of this year. If they don't finish in the top 2, I think he walks. Casey, what's your thoughts? Obviously with the Abramovich thing, and do you think he walks this year if they don't have a good season?
I definitely can see that happening because Pep is the guy who doesn't sit around and destroy his legacy. I mean, I think he has a good timing in to say, like, something here is not clicking. I'm about to bounce. Let me go to another team with more money or who's ready to go. But if he has another bad season, I could see him leaving, but City ain't going to fire him.
Yeah.
They're not going to fire him. They owe him everything they have, you know?
Yeah.
Everything they are, they owe him. Even when all these 1-5-1s came down, he did say, if we cheat, I leave, and he still stuck around. So he's put a lot of faith into them. So they're not going to let him go. But I can see Pep saying, "I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm out of here."
Yeah, Mike, you had a good point that we have short memories. There was a time, I don't know how many of you were United fans then. I think Mikey, you were. That at one point we wanted Fergie to leave, and Fergie never finished below second. He ended up sticking around and winning some more titles. But Ronaldo, what's your thoughts? Can you see him walking this year?
Probably not this year because he just got a few new players, like about 4 of them. So he's trying to kind of revamp the squad and kind of start afresh because guys like De Bruyne is gone, Rodri's now coming back from that ECL. Bernardo Silva, he's kind of fading. Gundogan's
gone now.
So Gundogan's gone. He's gone to Galatasaray. I think he'll stick around this year. But
no, I meant like at the
it
end.
might seem like he's under pressure because of how last year went.
Yeah.
The first time they've it's how many years they won? So the last 7 years they won all 6 of them. It was like Liverpool in between.
Yeah.
Like right before they won 4 in a row. So he has a lot of equity, guys. It's just times have changed now where they're not as indomitable. Liverpool's the shit. Arsenal holding on to second real strong, so there's more competition. And he's gonna have to work for it a little more now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how he comes from.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see him walking within this season. I think he might walk at the end of the season. But that he did sign a 2-year contract. But one thing as good as he is, one thing he is not known for is rebuilding a team. He's never rebuilt a team.
Talk to them, brother.
But at the end of the
Talk
day,
to their Ross Clark because he don't build shit.
He doesn't. He's never rebuilt.
Let me take that back.
That's false because what he did at City, all the guys that he brought in at City were not even world-class players at that time.
Yeah, I took that
back.
But
that team that when he took over, that was the team that could have won the league. They finished second the year before.
Yeah, he got rid of most of those players. He got rid of his goalkeeper. He got rid of the midfielders. He had Yaya Toure. He kept him, got rid of him. He got rid of most of that team and brought in his own guys, a bunch of guys that were not proven yet and from different leagues. So that's
I think he finished third in his first season. I think he didn't finish. So his first season he finished
won
third.
Everything and won after that.
No, I agree with you. I think he's one of the greatest managers to ever set foot in the Premier League. I don't think he's. I think if you give Klopp the money that Pep had, I think overall Klopp's a better manager. That's me. I think Klopp's a better manager than Pep is, but that's me, man. But we're all allowed that. But at 90,
Mario, nobody can win without money. I just hate that. I hate that. Mario says Pep can't win out of a big budget. Every team that wins, sans Leicester, spends a lot of money.
They do.
Every team. So this idea that there's
Liverpool
parity.
didn't last year.
What?
Liverpool didn't win last year. They only bought one player last year.
Is Liverpool not in one of the top 6 clubs that make the most money in the world? They're all big money clubs.
No, I agree with you. No, actually, I agree with you.
I'm talking about in general. Like they're all gargantuan clubs that spend a lot of money. Yeah. And now they're spending it now. So like this idea that like I said, sans Leicester, who don't make any money, no matter what they spend, they're always going to be Leicester. Every team does it. So this idea he can't win without a big budget. Every team that wins in the world is one of the most expensive teams in that league every year. At least in the top 6 or 7 leagues in the world.
Even in 1990, I agree with you in that sense. Even in 1995, when Blackburn won it, they spent a ton of money to beat Man United that season. A ton of money that year. Their owner went out and spent a lot of money and they only beat United by a point, and that was because Cantona was out for most of the season anyway. So
I just don't like hearing that because it kind of takes away from what somebody's done. We can hate him. We can hate him. I hate him. But I hate him because he's good. You know what I'm saying? I hate him because he's be fucking putting it on us. That's why I hate him. I don't hate him because for some strange reason, I hate City because they're City. But Pep is a son of a bitch. He's that damn good. He's like Bill Belichick. He's like annoyingly good. Nick Saban. They're too good. Like, why? What do I have to do? He's literally Nick Saban. He's Nick Saban to me.
You could compare him to Belichick. They both like to cheat, so it's all good.
I don't know about that.
You can hate me all you want. They got caught cheating 3 times, man. Jeremy, you had your hand up.
Just to kind of bring it back to the spending part. I just looked up there was an article on Yahoo on July that came out. The top teams that have spent in the last 5 years net. And the top 5 clubs, it's Chelsea number 1, United number 2, Arsenal number 3, Tottenham 4, and lo and behold, Liverpool number 5. So out of the top 5, they have spent the most in the past 5 years in net. Just kind of saying, just kind of like the big clubs have spent the most in the past 5 years. That doesn't surprise me because kind of like Mikey said, and just in general in sports, the more you spend, more often than not, if you have competent people in the front office, you're gonna win. Maybe not win the championship, but you're gonna hover around there and compete. That's what Liverpool have done for the majority of the part, and it looks now like they're spending even more. But yeah, man, when it comes to Pep now, I mean, you kind of have to spend. He's a great coach, and being able to spend, that's a great combination to put all that money with the coach that's pretty much elite. You're gonna get that. But now we're seeing the league kind of catching up, kind of adapting to the way Pep has played. So it's kind of a different league now. So now he maybe when he was zigging, people were zagging. Maybe he has to find a different way or just kind of adapt to the way that the league is now. So I give him like a year or two if he doesn't win.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And to Mikey's point, just because you spend money doesn't mean you spend it wisely, right?
Yeah, look at United.
You look at Man United, we spent just as much as them, but we've put it on shit. So, and to Jeremy's point too, if you don't have the right staff in place, you get the wrong players, and that's a good thing with City. He Pep has brought that in with him to the scouting department and everything else that comes along with him. That's it from me, guys. Anyone else wants to add?
Well, I know if we beat Pep 3 clocks, he gonna think about quitting.
What's up?
Well, if you think about
quit after a trophyless season.
Pep hasn't beat Amorim in a year and a half.
Oh, he hasn't? Yeah, that's right.
He lost to Sporting, and then the 2 games against Man United, they drew 1. No, we beat him twice.
Just fucking jinxed it, Sean.
I'm not putting weight into that. I'm not putting weight into that. Shut up, Casey. No jinx yet. No.
I feel like we're gonna beat City.
Yeah, zip it. Yeah.
This is the time to do it. Honestly.
We always play better against the bigger clubs. We always come out just like we came out against Arsenal. We're gonna come out against City.
Yeah.
Hey,
will it be enough? Who knows?
This is the perfect time to get at them because they're not at their best right now. They haven't even gelled or have got into their groove.
Fuck it.
This is the time.
Lamon's in goal. Let's go in front. Ow! Let's go.
That's lit.
Send it. It's calm. It's cool. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be all right.
The more days that pass, the more nervous I'm gonna be.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Right now, we feel like this.
Yeah, because it's Saturday. Because it's Friday.
I'm anxious as shit about it, to be honest. But
nervous as fuck.
To be fair to you guys, I'm more anxious.
What you gonna do?
I'm more anxious about the Chelsea game than I am Man City.
We lose this City game. Oh,
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Hey, if we cannot.
We got handle the derby. We got handle the derby. We got handle that.
Not yet, but it's like, all right, we're getting it ready. Maybe we're like, dusting it off. But if we lose with this fan base,
could we not lose our heads if we lose the City like there's some bums?
We just have to play well. We actually, honestly, I think we can lose as long as we play well. And it's like, well, okay, this goal, nobody's stopping this. Doesn't matter who's in goal. Like, as long as it's not like howlers, as long as it's like howlers or defensive breakdowns, like, look at Bruno just left this guy and this guy just ran up and just headed in. If we play good and lose, I don't think it's that big a deal.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I agree.
If we play like Arsenal and it ends up being like it's a bullshit piece that goes in, then I'll be like, all right, well, you know what? I'm not gonna be thrilled that we lost. I'm gonna
100%.
I'm still on this side of that. Like, I don't want the manager in or out. I don't care about. I'm just here and I'm just riding the vibes. I just know that the vibes will be shitty if we lose that game. And if we get 3-0, 4-0, I
don't think we're getting smoked.
That's okay. You better watch out because if we lose by 4 or 5 goals, 3 goals or something like that,
that's it.
You know what's happening the next day. You know we coming on live talking shit.
Yeah,
I can't even see that.
If we lose that much, Amarim's already given his resignation.
Amarim's walking. Oh yeah, if we get smoked, Amarim's gone.
That game by a lot of you can't.
The season's gone.
I agree with you, Mikey.
Any game by like get run off the pitch, like played off the pitch.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 goals, no response. Like. He doesn't have that kind of cachet now. He doesn't have that kind of cachet.
To be fair, though, guys, right?
He's got 1 foot out the door anyways.
I agree with you. The context in the game matters. Like, if we lose 3-2 and Šeško gets in 2 goals, but then we lose at the last minute because Bayern there lets one slip in.
Live with it.
Then we're like, Bayern there, we know
it is what it is.
Yeah.
You live with that. You'll be like, all right, cool, like shit.
But you played a good game.
We made a good account of ourselves. But if we come in and don't make a good account of ourselves, bro, it'll be more questions and more bullshit and like stuff he doesn't need because you already see that he is an emotional guy, which is nothing wrong with that. I'm an emotional dude, but like you gotta he's an emotional guy to the point where like he's a flip-flopper. He might even be a little bit bipolar. Like he one day he's here, one day is next, and he just goes from side to side. I understand that, I get it. But losing this game here, what the hell is he gonna say? I hope he learns not to say anything. Don't say shit. You lose this game. Cookie cutter responses only, brother.
Doesn't he need like a get back coach? Doesn't he? Like in a football, Sean McVay, they had like a get back me coach. Doesn't he need someone to tell him, "Yo, chill for 10 minutes. Don't even handler 21. Go and just like chill."
He
needs a handler for sure. He needs somebody that's gonna come.
He needs to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like I was saying that. I did not say that. I said, bro, this guy, he's done more, and it just kind of goes to show the difference in the league, right? He was saying like, yo, I've never had this many interviews before in my life. Now he don't know what to say because he's
a media coach
fucking much.
If you lose, you say, I would like to see this X, Y, and Z do better next game. And it's unfortunate we lost. If you win, you say, I love that X, Y, and Z did this. And that's it. You don't get into, I might quit. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'm going to go, I'm going to go have a Red Bull and think about things. Like,
man, he just need an Uncle Harvell who drink too much rum and just tell him, man, don't tell him nothing about the blood clot thing about the game. Just go in the locker room and tell him I'll go kiss your ass clot and don't say nothing.
He needs the chocolate. He needs the chocolate.
He gotta get an uncle from somewhere and be like don't tell him, Poppy, don't tell him nothing, Poppy.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing.
I want to see a blue flag across the screen and
Yeah.
post game
This is
interview.
a testament to how big this club is because I think in the Athletic they were talking about Emmanuel Matic, how he mentioned when he was here at United, it's just like 20 more interviews you do, or just commercial and just in general, you just get way more of that as opposed to when he was at other teams. It's just like the noise is much lower. So he saw the difference as a player, just how much more noise you get at United, commercials, interviews, than when you go to another team. It's much more quiet, less noise, less commercials you have to deal with, less off the pitch.
Yeah, and I said in my last show with Mr. Green though, like he needs to lead by example. Like you're asking your players to do one thing, but then you're hiding on the bench. Your players see that. Like, hey, am I gonna fight with the guy that's hiding behind the? It's like if you're at war, right, and you got a general behind you who's sitting in a bunker with his head like this. You're not gonna follow that guy in a war. Like, no. Like
Shit, that's
you
what they
wanna
do
fight-
now. You think
Yeah.
generals are
That's what they've always done.
The generals
The
at
general's always
Pentagon
done
and all
that
the
shit.
soldiers are dying.
But you know what I mean in general.
Oh,
like,
that's a good time.
on the bench and you're hiding, and then
That's
you're
a good
going to
analogy.
the room yelling at your players. You need to lead by example. He needs to be. And I said this: as much as I hate Arteta, I fucking hate Arteta. I think of all the managers in the Premier League, he's the one I hate the most. I give him respect because he's always on the sideline. Do this, like do better. Like he's leading by example, and I think he needs to step up a lot more than that. Even against the Burnley, when we had the penalty, he was sitting with his feet up, looking in the other direction. That doesn't show confidence. Like, and for the people that have played sports here, if your manager's sitting on the sideline looking away in an important part of the game, are you going to sit there and have a lot of confidence in that guy? I know I wouldn't. So that's my only problem with him. I think he's been given too much, and I think he needs some media training to handle those questions. But
Real quick, Jurgen Klopp famously did not watch penalties.
I didn't want to say it.
Just saying.
Yeah, but I get you.
Never watched them, and
your
even came
point.
out in the press and was like, "I feel it's a form of superstition. I don't want to feel responsible for a missed penalty if they fail to score. I'd rather just let them cheer and enjoy that." But like,
I think it was more
Amorim
the
does it now. It's like,
And
I think it was
and
more the
Hansi
optics
Flick
of the
brings
way
out
he
the
did it.
board too. Flick brings out the board too and shows his players where to go. Just saying.
No, I agree with the board thing. I don't think he was hiding in that situation. I think it was more to do with the fact that he was in the. It was more the optics of the way he kind of was in the corner.
Because he was looking like this.
If he's
He was like
standing on the
this.
sideline,
During
yeah.
the PKs, dude was in trauma mode. Like he was in fetal, dude. That dude was
He
in
was like
fetal,
this.
damn near fetal position
Like he
during the
needed a hit.
Sideline with his back turned.
You can't do that. You can't do that ever.
It's just
Ever.
the optics, man. Because like I've seen other coaches do that.
Yes.
Hell, I saw it in the World Cup when my squad, Mexico, were beating Germany 1-0, and the coach was like, the last 5 minutes, he could not watch the last 5 minutes. The coach, he was just like on the side, not watching anything because he was nervous because it was going to be Mexico's like one of their biggest wins ever.
Mexico beat Germany when?
In the World Cup, we beat them 1-0 when we got
2018 in Russia.
So, anyways,
Russia.
the context of that
move.
game, it was a huge thing. But here with United is different because we're expected to win. It's like a different.
Oh, that was a fun game. After that, I was singing, ay, 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 canta y no llores.
Exactly, man.
Oh shit!
Vibe.
That was a good game.
South Korea beat Germany.
Yeah. Hey, man, but what I'm saying is like I don't know if it's just like different levels or just the context we put it in because it's United. Like, hey, you're doing this at United.
all it is.
I mean, I feel like I've seen Super Bowl winning coaches, not to bring it to a different sport, or guys that have won,
not watch free throws.
Exactly. The field goal, right? They turn around, they don't want to watch the field goals.
That's because kickers are shit.
Yeah, captains of the team of the football team,
Yeah.
they're like, turn around like, I don't want to see this.
I think he was just generally pissed off that we had to go to penalties against Grimsby. So he was just really uninterested and just disgusted. And it was dragged out too, 13 shots. It was just a very painful night, all like from the start and whistle. And even the
It's
Grimsby
just
guys,
like us, dude. Come on, it's
Okay,
just
sure,
like
that's
that's a United move. If anyone ever did it, that's United.
it was like everyone.
Nobody doing that but us.
And the Grizzly guys said our guys didn't look like they wanted it. They came to the ground, it was looking all kind of podunk or whatever. And they said we didn't look keen, and they jumped us. It was 2-0 at halftime.
I will say it's a painful night for Kansas City, losing 27-18 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
They have like
But
2.
Are you talking about the egg ball game? All right.
yeah. Other than that, guys, that's all I've got. Anyone that want to add anything before we bounce off? I know it's 11 o'clock. It's a little late for some of us on the East Coast.
Yeah, with
Friday night, baby.
just for the last on the last point there, because everybody's different, man. Like everybody, and I just need to nail that fucking home. Everybody has an idea of what a man should do, what a coach should do, whatever the case may be, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But none of us have been in that situation before. Even smaller percentage of the population has ever been at the highest peak of anything, you know, and they're even in their profession, right? So like everybody's different. Just the same people that will complain about Bruno will also jump out their seats when he scores and talk about how much of a good leader he is. But when he's not playing well, he's not a good leader. It's just like with anything else. So like not too much. Amber, when he speaks, for me, is more of a danger than when when he's like on the bench or doing whatever, because that's just how he is. He was like that at Sporting. He's just overly obsessive and crazy. Pep was scratching his face and damaging himself. You know what I'm saying? They're all weird. So to try to say, oh, well, I would have, and it's like, that's cool. And it's a fair assessment, but everybody's different. Everybody deals with things differently. It's about what the result. If you don't get the result, nobody gives a fuck. Like if he won and did all that, if they end up winning in regulation, nobody would care. Nobody would care about anything. Or they won the penalty, nobody would give a fuck. It's because they lost, it gets turned up. And like we have to manage that with the media, because sometimes we fall into that. I know I do all the time. When I make memes, I fall into that shit with the media. I play on it, but like, you know, it is some that's how people are. Everybody's different, but everybody has this idea of how they see a man should be, how a coach should be, however.
Mikey, it's a results-driven business. If we would have won the game, it would have been like, look how much Amorim cares. He has so much passion for the game.
It'd be passion now. Yeah, it'd be like he's so like when he kicked the TV over, it was passion. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everybody was happy for that. But if he would have did that at Grimsby, it'd be like, this fucking guy's losing his mind. Like, what's wrong with him? You know, it's all about context. That's why I say I'm not in or out anymore. I'm just here for the vibes.
That's all right, guys. That's it.
Oh, go ahead, Brian.
No, I was just agreeing with Mikey. That's all.
No, that's it. I was just going to say that's pretty much all we've got for tonight, guys. We'll be back on Monday, unless someone does a surprise show this weekend. But we'll definitely be back Monday with Mikey and Ronaldo. I might even jump on. I've been slacking for the last month and a half, so I might even jump on with you guys. All right, guys. Everyone, peace out, and we'll see you on Monday.
Peace.
A-Town up.